This is episode 2 of my simple survival series, and as you may have seen by the title of this video, today I'm going to be creating both animal and crop farms to sustain my series. But first, I need to expand my cave base into an area which can hold animals. And whilst I place and craft my fences, let me explain my goal. The goal is simple: to create an area for each animal: cow, sheep, pig and chicken, as well as an area for a few crops such as wheat, potato, carrot and beetroot. So I did a little expanding. Then I made sure to light up every fence corner with a torch, that way there would be no unexpected visitors trying to blow me up. Because trust me, it's happened before. Anyway, after all these lights were placed and I was safe, I filled in the perimeter of the fences. Back to mining I went, sooner or later, fully mining out another section of the farm, filling in the edges with fences and adding torches to each of the corner fences too. But I didn't like how the fence gates looked, so I decided to move them to the centre of each pen. And after that, I was off to the surface, where I found myself using bone meal to get some wheat, which I could use to attract both cows and sheep. And I made sure to replant my seeds too, just in case. Anyway, I found some cows first though, and eventually guided them through the sunset. This was a painful journey. Cows were so slow and took forever to travel, just a tiny bit. But eventually I managed to get them down into the stairway of my base, where I forcefully pushed them down 2 by 2. And through the entrance of my cave base they came, and I tried to lure them into their pen. But they preferred the edges, so I may or may not have had to resort to violence. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And also, I quickly hid the evidence, like it never happened. Anyway, next in line were the sheep. Hopefully these wouldn't be as annoying as the cows. And luckily, they weren't. And I found myself rather quickly gathering a whole flock of sheep into my base, and into the wrong pen. These sheep will suffer great consequences. I did, however, manage to get a few sheep into the right pen, which would be fine, as I could breed them later on, and brutally murdered the other ones which fell out of line. Don't feel bad though, they had it coming. While searching for another animal, I came across a village in the distance, and decided to go explore it to see what it's all about, and maybe make some friends with villagers. Who am I kidding? I stole all of their wheat and made sure they suffer the most extreme famine since the 1851 Irish potato famine. I was ruthless, and I stole all of the hay bales too. Ha ha ha! Anyway, I did also petrify the entire population. Subscribe and turn on the bell. Anyway, this is how I collected the seeds for my farm. Once again, through probably illegal means. I got the beetroot seeds, normal seeds, and carrots. Ironically, no potato. Oh, there we go, there's a potato. And after collecting all 4 variations of seed I needed, I decided to go back to my base, picking up a few straggling pigs along the way. I brought them down the stairs, and realised I actually hadn't mined out an area for them. So I went straight ahead and mined an area out for them. Soon enough it was fully mined out, and I placed the fences around the edge of the pen, and the pigs were successfully safe. Just needed a few torches, of course. That's a lot better now. These chickens literally came out of nowhere, which was quite nice for me. And I guided them into their pen and had no troubles with the chickens. For now at least. And, what's even cooler than that, is I got a baby chicken from one of the eggs. I managed to decorate a little bit, creating a cobblestone path down through the middle of the pens. To remind them of their homeland, I replaced every other part of the floor with dirt, to create more of a farmyard feel. And once that had been complete, I made the roof slightly higher, only to replace it with polished andesite. And when it was fully complete, it actually looked quite nice. Granite mining part 2 now, which I used for the walls of the animal section of my base. The room looked even better with the walls added. But that was the least of my concerns, as all my efforts were now shifted towards the room for the crops. This room was going to be pretty big, as I wanted to fully maximise the amount of dirt that one water source can account for each crop in the room. And after doing whatever this very poor attempt of a bucket clutch was, I decided to carry on mining out the room for the crops, and did the same pattern as I had previously done, with polished andesite being the roof block. And once the roof was fully completed, I placed in the dirt for each crop and created a cobblestone pathway, as well as using granite and polished granite for the walls. Nothing new. Tilling dirt is my favourite pastime, which is useful because that's what I spent the next 7 minutes of my life doing. And then I placed each seed variation at the corner. Flash forward to me being in a cave. Wow, no way, I'm in a cave now. How did that possibly happen? Anyway, enough messing. The whole reason why I'm in this cave is so I can mine a lot of obsidian. In fact, I mined 14 obsidian, enough for a nether portal and an enchanting table. I also found 1, 2, 3 diamonds. Up to the surface now, and I made a jump sign for my diving board, despite my major diving skill issues. I'm not even sure how I managed to do that twice. But the episode isn't done here, my friend. I still have crop farms to fill. And most of them were looking pretty healthy by this point, having roughly half of each farm fully filled in. And I had enough carrots to place almost all of the carrots I would need to fully complete the 9x9 grid. I placed a few more beetroot seeds too. And while I was at it, I fully filled in my wheat farm. Then I AFK'd at the centre of my farm for around an hour, which meant that when I mined out, all of my crops were fully grown. This means I was able to harvest them all to replant them all, and be able to completely fill each farm. Oh, and by the way, my animals were looking healthy too, as I would breed them occasionally, collecting enough animals in each pen to consider it borderline animal cruelty. But it's fine, it's not the first time, and it's not going to be the last time either. and things only get worse as I continue to breed each animal, until they physically can't breed anymore. And on that note, I think that's a pretty good way to end the episode, before things get even more out of hand. So, thank you guys for watching. This was episode 2 of my Simple Survival series. Look forward to episode 3 coming soon. Goodbye.